Welcome back and thanks for listening. Wellness Wednesday is brought to you by Vitality Unlimited, the VIPs in our community, providing certified community behavioral health with wraparound services, something the staff is really proud to do. And now, of course, the services are coming to your neighborhood or your community, hopefully soon, but within the city of Elko. Marianne McKown is here, and she is helping with this vital outreach. So if someone sees this big van parked in front of one of the numerous locations you described, it's the Vitality Mobile Therapy Van. And what might they expect if they're feeling a little intimidated or unsure, right?
Well, we've had a lot of people come up and just ask, what is this? And we can give them the spiel of what it is. Basically, our mobile therapy van allows our staff to provide all the same services that we provide in our clinic. We have the ability, we can even take vitals right in the van, so that way we can make sure that somebody's okay. We had, the first couple of times we went to the Elko Senior Center, we had some of the people there say, my blood pressure has been up lately, and can you take, check me out? And we said, absolutely. And we went inside to get to them to be able to provide that service. I've had people that they do an intake right then and there. It eliminates one of the appointments that you need if you think you need some therapy or some other services from us. We also have the ability, because the van has its own Wi-Fi, we can set up appointments. So we've had people come talk to us. These are the services that we can provide. And they say, I would love to have an appointment. Well, our staff can open up their laptop, and right then and there they can set an appointment, so you don't have to remember to call later. The other thing, we have some of our clients that get food baskets from Fish, and our staff picks it up and then takes it to them. We've been able to use the van for that and do some home visits with the van. So it's been wonderful.
Oh, that is fantastic. And so it sounds like you can really just drop by and say, hey, I'm not feeling myself. Or sometimes I've seen the staff, I've just walked by, you guys are so friendly, but you just say, hey, well, are you okay, right? Sometimes it helps just to have someone kind of check in on you, Marianne.
Absolutely. I've been at plenty of events where I'm just, hey, how are you today? Or I have kids come up to me, and we have different pamphlets and information available. And one of our things is Stop the Stigma. And I've had some of the younger generation ask, what does that word stigma mean? And being able to tell them that it's okay to ask for help when you are having mental health issues. And that mental health issues don't necessarily have to be permanent. It doesn't necessarily mean that you have a mental illness. If you are alive and breathing, you can have a mental health issue, because everybody in this life has stress of some kind, and that can cause difficulties.
We're talking with Marianne McKown from Vitality Integrated Programs, the VIPs, about your mental health. And if you have questions, 775-777-8477 is the number to call. And Marianne McKown is heading up a lot of this intense outreach with the use of the Vitality Mobile Therapy Van, visiting locations throughout the community, expanding on that opportunity. Businesses, as you said, if it's a senior center or Fish, if someone's interested, they can reach out and maybe host a visit, right?
Absolutely. So we have certain days that are already slated for us to visit, because we get a lot of our clients actually know we're going to be there, so they're going to be there. But we have extra when there's a fifth Wednesday or a fifth Friday of the month. If you want our van to visit your location, just give me a call and ask for Marianne, and we can get you on the schedule. 775-777-8477, right? That is correct.
All right. So Marianne and I, we go back. We both being reporters, and she an excellent reporter at the Elko Daily Free Press, and for many years. And Marianne, you have that extra ability to sense, when there's an issue in the community. And I would think it's interesting in your role to see people who are in stress or states of anxiety. There might be some common stressors that we can just sort of line out for people so they understand that, hey, you're not the only one, right? Other people are going through this.
Absolutely. And we've been very fortunate this year that our fire season has been relatively calm. We've had some fire seasons in the past that have been outrageous.
People have lost homes.
Or even just the air quality being down. When your physical health is affected, that can also affect your mental health because you have that added stressor of going to the doctor or worrying about a medical bill. Food costs. Food is, I would think it's almost tripled compared to 5 years ago, definitely compared to 10 years ago. It's very expensive. One of the great things, one of our targeted case managers, I was looking at her doing one of her projects, and I said, "What are you making there?" And she goes, "Well, we give out food boxes from Fish to some of our clients, but some of the food items that are in those food boxes, they don't know what to do with them because it might be something that can keep on a shelf for a really long time, but they don't have a lot of recipes." She was making a recipe book for our clients. So I was like, that is an awesome idea. What a great idea. A can of corn or a can of beans that you're not quite sure what to do with. And then one of our targeted case managers just happened to put together a recipe book of these are some of the things that you can do with all the stuff that comes in your food basket.
Wow, what a great idea. That is certainly another added benefit. People care at Vitality, and they're working directly with clients and consumers and people in need. And it's part of a greater collaboration, right, Marianne? I mean, if someone comes up to the mobile therapy van and they're homeless, or they need to see a doctor, or they have any other number of needs, this is part of the service, the wraparound service that Vitality provides.
And that is a great thing about the service that we provide. So we have targeted case managers, which have a bachelor's in social work, so they can direct people, they can help them fill out housing applications, housing is something else that Vitality provides in this community, here in Elko and in Wells, low-income housing. So we even are able to help them with our own housing applications and fill those out. But also we have a great collaboration with a lot of the other agencies in this town. I've already mentioned Fish, but also Get My Ride from the Elko County. A lot of our clients come in through there because transportation is very difficult, and trying to get to see your therapist can be, difficult on your pocketbook and just difficult in general. Not everybody has access to a car. So, and I think that's the other reason why having a mobile therapy van is important, so that we can go to people where they're at.
These are some incredible success stories, and I'm so glad you could take some time to share. And just to remind people, the van will be out again, various locations as we talked about. If you are facing stress, grief, addiction, you have relationship problems, depression, anxiety, you could be struggling with your behavioral health. That's the general umbrella term to describe it. And it could very well be temporary. You may not need medication. You may not need therapy, right, Marianne? You just need to get over the hump. Absolutely correct.
There's nothing wrong with having a check-in. If you're not sure, if you've just been through a lot of stress and you're feeling you're not sleeping well at night, or you're feeling chest pains. It could be a huge amount of things. That's why it's so important that we take people's vitals when they come to us for any sort of appointment. That way we know physically that they're doing okay, because there have been times where somebody has their vitals taken and we're like, okay, we're calling an ambulance now because there's something else going on. So those are the kind of things that I really enjoy about seeing how our staff really truly cares about our clients.
Preserving mental health, and in some cases, actually saving lives. Thank
Absolutely.
you, Marianne. Yeah. Vitality Integrated Program Services, helping people alleviate stress and grief, deal with addiction and depression, any other behavioral health concerns you might have. The VIPs can help. They can come to you, or you can go to them. 775-777-8477. I wanted to make sure, Esther, that you got to talk about, before we sign off for today's Wellness Wednesday, the efforts behind the Women's House, the goal of that on Southside Drive, and then Marianne's going to give us an actual construction update.
Well, we're getting close to completion, and it will house 10 women, and it is a beautiful residence, very modern in feel, and I think that it will provide decades of service, and that's what we're looking for, is a continuity of care. I think that they they will have a great environment in which to live. It's a limited, there will be sleeping there, and they will be doing some programming, but very limited, and they will be doing most of their programming at Vitality.
Is it transitional housing, or would you mind describing that? I mean, obviously we want to protect the privacy of people if they're in programs.
Sure. I think that's a licensing term. It is termed as transitional, and rather than residential, because of being in a house. And so, but they are in residential care.
And it's going to be for women, and so they may be overcoming their addiction or working with mental health issues?
Both.
Both.
They'll have, and it will be for young women too, from 13 and up. So it's a women's residence, and actually it's a female's residence, and so, as I said, 13 and up.
Right, because you determined there was a need for this, Esther, is that right?
That's right. And it has been for years that we've delivered services to adolescents at residential care, and so I think that this is the continuity of services.
Just another example of wraparound.
Wraparounds, that's right.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Good point.
So, Marianne, can you give us a construction update over there on Southside Drive?
Well, the construction started in May of this year, and it is absolutely gorgeous. The amount of light that comes in through the windows. I think this will be an excellent facility for our clients and very welcoming. I even took some of the pictures that I took last week and I showed them to the staff at Vitality Center, and they were very excited. They were like, "Are we going to get to see it for an open house?" And I said, "Absolutely. I'm sure you'll be able to go in and see," because we are planning on having an open house so that the community can see how their money was spent.
Oh, good, because that's the important piece of this, right? This came from the Vitality having the confidence, the community has confidence in Vitality to apply for some of the federal relief money.
That's right. We are still looking for additional funds to finish the construction costs. So if anyone has a great idea, let us know, but it will be finished because Vitality Center will make sure it is. The council members had faith in what we've done in the past and what we can do for the future.
Very nice. Thank you, Esther. Esther Quillisi, our guest today, Vitality Unlimited COO and CEO, and of course, Marianne McKown, who is doing a wonderful job in outreach. Marianne, thank you so much for the partnerships that you've created in our community, and keep up the good work.
Yeah, thank you. And thank you for having us on the show.
Nice to be here, Lori.
Thank you. It's wonderful to host you here at KELK, and thank you, listeners, for joining us for Wellness Wednesday.